A couple of key seats in the lower NASCAR series find drivers. Chase Elliott defends his most popular driver crown, and Kevin Harvick says he's 50-50 on retiring after next season. How's it going, y'all? My name is Eric. Welcome to Out of the Groove. Lots of news to get to today. Remember yesterday when we talked about that race car that found itself at the bottom of a hotel pool? Well, somehow, some way, that same car finished third last night in a race at Five Flags Speedway. I don't know how that's possible. I wish we had video of them fishing that car out of the pool. Either way, the story has a happy ending. Before we get to the rest of the news, this episode has a sponsor. Jump and Carry is the go-to jump starter for professional technicians and tow operators around the country. When you need a jump starter, it has to work, and you can count on Jump and Carry. Jump and Carry brings the power no matter the starting situation, even in the freezing cold, which, given that we're now in the month of December, could come in handy. Visit jumpstarter.com, link is down in the description below, and subscribe to their newsletter at the bottom of the page to get great deals about managing the batteries in your life. Thank you to Jump and Carry for supporting this episode. There's a lot to get to. Let's begin with a couple of key rides in the lower NASCAR series that reportedly just found drivers. First, according to TobyChristie.com, Rajah Caruth will be the new full-time driver of the number 24 GMS truck. GMS has an official announcement scheduled for Tuesday, December 6th, but Toby Christie reporting Rajah will be their new driver. Caruth drove full-time in the ARCA Menard series this past season, collected 8 top 5s, finished third in the final points. He made a handful of truck and Xfinity starts and saw mixed results. In his 4 truck starts, he had a best finish of 11th, was running top 10 at Phoenix in the finale, but got caught up in a wreck, not of his own doing. On the Xfinity series side, he made a handful of starts for Alpha Prime Racing, and I'd say he improved as the season went on. I mean, he started bad. In just his 3rd race, he crashed at Pocono on lap 2. At that point, I guess the only way to go is up, and his final 3 Xfinity starts of the year in that 44 car, he finished inside the top 20, actually got a 12th at Martinsville. Rajah Caruth has been on this channel before. We've done live streams with him back during the early days of the pandemic, so I consider him a friend of the show. I'm really excited about this opportunity. This is a competitive truck series seat. He'll be teammates to Grant Enfinger and Daniel Dye. Some youth, but also veteran experience. I think this is a great opportunity to Rajah, and it's a great chance for us fans to finally see what he's got. I'm excited to hear the official announcement next week, but good luck to Rajah Caruth next year with GMS Racing. There's going to be some pressure on Rajah's shoulders, and I know talking to him that he's felt that pressure all along the way, but now he's full-time in a competitive NASCAR seat. Good luck to him. I'm hoping for the best. Next up, and I also have a personal connection to this announcement, but Brennan Poole confirmed today that he will race full-time for JD Motorsports in the number 6 Xfinity car next season. I've known about this for some number of weeks, and no, Out of the Groove is not going to be the primary sponsor every week. As cool as that may be, maybe we're able to do another one-off at some point next season, who knows. But this is exciting. Brennan Poole has been around NASCAR a long time. Remember his days at Chip Ganassi, driving one of their Xfinity cars. He's become more of a journeyman the last few years, but clearly there's talent there. He's 31 years old, a little more veteran experience than I think JD Motorsports is used to having in their cars in recent years. In 3 starts for JD Motorsports this past season, he did grab a 14th place finish at Homestead, which is very respectable. So hopefully Brennan Poole, alongside Bailey Curry, can start to elevate that equipment. Remember, Ross Chastain, a few years ago now, did sneak into the playoffs driving the 4 car for JD Motorsports. So the potential is there. They just got some work to do to get back to it. I've gotten to know Brennan Poole a little bit better the last couple of months, thanks largely to that Phoenix deal, and hopefully we'll be able to work together on some content off the track in 2023. Just gonna put that little teaser out there. Now let's talk a little bit about last night's NASCAR Awards show in Nashville, Tennessee. It was not streamed or broadcast live anywhere, aside from radio. I believe SiriusXM covered most of it, if not all. The full awards ceremony will be streamed on Peacock tomorrow, tape delayed, which that's a whole separate conversation. I don't know why that couldn't be live since it's not even on, network television. But that's besides the point. NASCAR on their YouTube channel did stream the whole red carpet bit with Mama Smith and Alex Weaver interviewing a bunch of the drivers and their significant others, and that was kind of fun to watch while I was working yesterday afternoon. But that's not the point. I'm not here to review the awards ceremony or judge every driver's outfit. I want to talk about the winners of the Most Popular Driver Awards. Beginning in the Truck Series, Hailie Deegan wins it for the second year in a row. She thanked the fans in a tweet last night and also hinted her 2023 plans may have been solidified. Thank you everyone who voted, so thankful for all the support throughout my racing. Got some exciting news that's going to be coming out soon for next season. Winky face emoji. So hopefully we can look forward to hearing that news sooner rather than later. For the NASCAR Xfinity Series, Noah Gragson wins the Most Popular Driver Award. He tweeted out, "Let's freaking go, love you guys, couldn't do it without you." I've been saying for a long time, I'm not sure Noah Gragson's talent is quite ready for the Cup Series. I think he's ready to start learning the next gen. He'll be able to hold his own as a rookie, but his personality absolutely deserves to be seen by the biggest audience on Sundays. We need some characters like Noah Gragson to be more visible, to be more public facing, to attract a larger audience. So I am very much looking forward to, as I say, the Noah Gragson experience next year. Glad he won Most Popular Driver for Xfinity. And then the Cup Series. No surprises. Chase Elliott for, is it the 5th year in a row? No surprise. I mean, did anyone really expect another driver to mount a challenge? Last year, I thought Kyle Larson might. This year, I think I threw Ross Chastain's name out as a Hail Melon. But no, nobody's beating Chase Elliott and his legions of fans. Those are your Most Popular Driver winners. The only different winner from last year was the Xfinity one. I think Justin Allgaier won it last year, so congrats to Noah Gragson playing spoiler this season. In yesterday's video, we reacted to some comments from Denny Hamlin. He talked about the Race Team Alliance, also talked about his contract situation with Joe Gibbs Racing and FedEx. And I said in that video that we were gonna push some of Kevin Harvick's more interesting comments to today. That's what we're going to talk about now. So first, Kevin Harvick was asked about the recent driver change over at Stewart-Haas Racing. Cole Custer going back down to the Xfinity Series. He'll race full-time in the 00. Ryan Preece will be the new Cup Series driver of the 41 next year. Here's what Kevin Harvick had to say when asked about the change. Quote, "Ryan creates most of his opportunities and works to help put things together and keep himself relevant. I hate it for Cole because he is one of the hardest working people in the garage. He didn't necessarily do anything wrong. It was just, as we see, the chemistry of a team is important to the overall success of it, and it just didn't all work out. He's going to go back to the Xfinity Series and win races and hopefully be in position to have another opportunity." I was interested in hearing Kevin Harvick's take on the whole situation. Obviously a very professional response. Kevin Harvick is the top driver at Stewart-Haas Racing and has been, I mean, really since he got there. But he also owns Kevin Harvick Incorporated, a management company that actually represents Ryan Preece. I'm not sure what role his company played in these negotiations and helping Preece secure the 41 ride and also secure sponsorship for that seat. But I don't know, there's an interesting wrinkle there, which is why I was curious to hear what Kevin Harvick would say on the topic. There you go, he kept it short and sweet. What's perhaps more interesting is what Kevin Harvick said when asked about his contract situation past 2023. Right now, Kevin Harvick, the oldest full-time driver in the NASCAR Cup Series, is only under contract for one more year. That is 2023. And as we've talked about on this show, back in October, team co-owner Gene Haas said he anticipates losing Harvick and Eric Almirola at the end of 2023. But Gene Haas did admit he's trying to convince Harvick to sign another extension. Here's what Kevin Harvick said yesterday when asked if he will continue to race full-time after 2023. Quote, "I think right now, I'll know that answer before we get to Daytona. I don't really have a clear answer on that right now. I think as we get to Daytona, I know 100% that we will have a direction because I'm not going to start the season without knowing that direction just because of the fact that there's a lot of layers to unfold and really go through and evaluate. So we'll see. I think it could go either way at this particular point." Jordan Bianchi of The Athletic is who asked the question, but Kevin Harvick says it there at the end. I could go either way at this point. That tells me he's 50-50 on retirement. He has not made a decision beyond 2023. When Gene Haas says he's tried to convince him to sign an extension, maybe he's put some pretty big numbers in front of Kevin Harvick's face the last few weeks. Who knows? I hate to keep dwelling on Kevin Harvick's age, but Father Time is undefeated. NASCAR drivers historically have been able to compete for far longer than, athletes in most other professional sports. But there is still a point at which most drivers traditionally decide to hang it up, or at least decide to step away from doing it full time. Kevin Harvick will turn 47 years old in just a few days. By the time the 2024 season begins, Harvick will be 48 years old. For comparison, Dale Earnhardt Jr. retired from full-time racing at 43, Jeff Gordon at 44. Tony Stewart stopped racing full-time at 45. Matt Kenseth, for reference, did race at age 48. That was the pandemic year, 2020, when he came back to Ganassi, and maybe it was the car, maybe it was all the surrounding circumstances, but Kenseth at 48 only managed one top 5 all season. Not every driver can be Mark Martin, who was able to win 5 races when he was like 50 years old, who didn't stop racing until his 53 or 54 age season. Mark Martin's a unicorn, and I mean Kevin Harvick I guess is as well, future Hall of Famer, all-time great. So if Kevin Harvick decides to come back beyond 2023, I'll be a little surprised. I'm not surprised Gene Haas is desperately trying to keep him. As we've talked about, Stewart-Haas Racing's development system right now is a bit bare. I mean, they've got Riley Herbst and now Cole Custer in Xfinity, and I do believe Cole Custer will get a Cup Series opportunity again one day. But neither driver has really lit the world on fire in recent years. They just got Ryan Preece in that 41 car. That could be good. But Eric Almirola just postponed his retirement. This could be his last season, so they're still going to have seats to fill in the near future. And right now, in my opinion, they don't have a ton of talent waiting in the wings. When you have a generational driver like Kevin Harvick, even at age 48, that's still a really good option. So I don't blame Gene Haas for trying to entice him to stay. But if I'm Kevin Harvick, watching his son Keelan now begin racing at higher and higher levels, I'm not sure I'd come back for another season, especially considering Stewart-Haas Racing's sudden performance drop-off. In 2018, Stewart-Haas Racing was top dog. All 4 of their drivers won races. They all made it to the round of 8. Kevin Harvick led the way with 8 wins alone. Then in 2020, Harvick still won 9 races, but the rest of the team only managed 1. Then in 2021, Harvick was winless. He did manage 2 wins this year, but as a team, SHR managed only 3. I don't think Kevin Harvick fell off a cliff. I just think Stewart-Haas Racing is not as good as they once were. So again, if I'm Kevin Harvick, and I know I keep putting myself in his shoes, but if I'm Harvick, I would seriously take a step back and assess SHR's current performance, how they ended 2022, and I would look at the people in the positions of power going into 2023 and seriously analyze whether or not this team is capable of returning to its former glory. Right now, SHR is a lot closer to RCR than JGR, and that didn't used to be the case. So if SHR is going to look like a B plus tier team in the next couple of years, if I'm Kevin Harvick, I'm not sure why I would stick around for that. Unless the contract Gene Haas offers is too big to ignore. I guess there's always that. Money talks. Anyway, I want to hear what you all believe. Do you think Kevin Harvick will continue racing full-time after next season? Do you want Kevin Harvick to keep racing into his 48, 49-year seasons? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. That's going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss any upcoming NASCAR news, upcoming content. We've got a lot of exciting things planned this off-season. And as always, a big thank you to my Patreon supporters for your continued support. Have a wonderful rest of your week. I will see you again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.